The Cosmere RPG is the #1 games project and the #3 top grossing project on Kickstarter of all time. Despite the success, one of the most frequently asked questions that we get on our posts is, what is a TTRPG or what is a role playing game? It's a tough question for us to answer in a comment or a forum thread. So let me explain to you what a TTRPG is at the very, very base level. TTRPG stands for Tabletop Role Playing Game, and popular brands and rule sets within the TTRPG industry are Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition and Pathfinder. But there are a lot of really cool role playing games out there, and now the Cosmere RPG is one of them. Tabletop RPGs are basically playing pretend, but with rules. You play in a collaborative story in a fictional world with your own fictional character called a PC or a player character. The story and the world are usually controlled by a GM or a game master who lets you interact with NPCs or non player characters. The GMs will facilitate the story through improvisation and the different rule sets from the TTRPG that they are using. Each TTRPG has a different rule set, but a lot of TTRPGs use dice, and the Cosmere RPG is one of them. So, at the very base level of a TTRPG, the game master or the GM will describe a situation to you and your group, and you and your group will react to it, and the GM will then ask you to roll dice. For example, say your GM describes a room and there's a door that is locked and that you can hear stuff happening on the other side, and you and your group are trying to figure out how to unlock the door and get in. So your group decides that you want to pick the lock. So your GM will then ask you to roll the dice to pick the lock to determine the outcome, whether you succeed or you fail. In the Cosmere RPG, you'll be able to play as your own player character, interacting with the different worlds in the Cosmere, such as Roshar and Scadrial. And with the right group, you'll be able to fully immerse yourself into these worlds and possibly interact with your favorite characters from the books. You can become a Knight Radiant in the order that you've always wanted to be a part of, swearing each ideal in these epic moments. You can also become a Mistborn during the Final Empire, scheming as a noble or rebelling against the Lord Ruler. And eventually, you can become a world hopper trying to uncover the mysteries of the Cosmere. But the best thing about TTRPGs is that you get to tell your own story. Yes, you can always tell these amazing epic stories of fulfilling oaths and overthrowing evil tyrants, but you can also just play a guy named Doug who owns a hog farm in Herdaz, and the best part of his day is his lunch break where he gets to talk to his favorite hog. The possibilities are endless in TTRPGs, and if you're not too sure about playing TTRPGs still, then a running joke within the industry is that nobody actually buys TTRPGs to play them. The books themselves are just pretty fun to look through. But in all seriousness, the Cosmere RPG has a great, robust system that is a good jumping on point for people looking to start their first TTRPG experience. We have great communities online on the official Cosmere RPG Discord server and the Cosmere RPG subreddit, full of people willing to help you out with your first session. But please let us know if you have any questions in the comments below, and we'll try and get them answered. Thanks, and happy gaming!